Hello and welcome to Rando Tech Info, and today we're reviewing the Ugramo Fit Pro Smart Scale. Now, when the folks at Ugramo reached out to me to review their scale, I was intrigued. I'd never reviewed or even used a smart scale before, so I was curious as to its advantages. Now, just to give you some context, this is the scale that I've been using for a very long time. So needless to say, switching to a fancy new scale like this was a bit of a difference. You can grab this scale right now off of Ugramo's website for $79.99. I've left a link down in the video description for your convenience, as well as a discount code for 20% off should you decide you want one. I get no money or compensation for you using these links or codes. I just include them because I care.
Wow. Thank you.
Setting up the scale was pretty painless. You simply pop in 4 AAA batteries, download the FitDays app off the Google Play or Apple App Store, create a FitDays account, put in your height and weight, sync the scale to your phone with the app, and if you choose, sync with your Google, Apple, or Fitbit account. The whole process was pretty smooth, except my wife, who also wanted to use the scale, could not log in with my account on her phone. She had to create her own account. I think this is probably because she is an iPhone person and I'm an Android person. In any case, creating her own account wasn't a big deal and probably something she wanted to do anyway. Syncing to my Google account has allowed me to check my weight through the Google Fit app without having to enter it manually every so often, which I never remembered to do. So that's been nice. The scale is heavy and feels well made. The top of the scale is made of glass, which is a necessity for how the scale does some of its measurements. To be honest, I was worried that the glass would get kind of gross looking in short order, but after almost 2 weeks of use, it still looks alright. You know what else would be alright? If you took time to give this video a thumbs up and sub to the channel.
Smooth as silk.
Now, what does the scale actually measure? Well, quite a bit. The scale measures and tracks multiple health indicators, including weight, body mass index, body fat, fat-free body weight, various types of fat, your heart rate, body water percentage, skeletal muscle percentage, muscle mass, protein percentage, BMR, and body age. It even shows you how your weight is distributed on your left and right side when using the scale, and I have to tell you, trying to get equal weight distribution between your feet is like a little mini game unto itself. It's harder than you think. Now, the info that the scale collects can be split up into 2 categories. The first is stuff you could figure out on your own, like your BMI, which is just your weight divided by your height. While you can figure out this stuff on your own, it's very nice to have the scale calculate and track it for you. The other category is stuff that a normal scale can't track, like your heart rate or body fat. To calculate these things, the scale uses something called bioelectrical impedance. It's okay if you don't know what that is. I didn't either. The short version is when you step on the scale, a small electrical current runs up through your leg and across your pelvis and down your other leg, and the sensors in the scale measure the amount of resistance the current received from body fat along its travels, and boom, you get the measurements. Because of how this is done, it only works if you are in your bare feet, but don't worry, you won't feel anything. Now, there are some folks out there who say tracking body fat in this way is not the most accurate, and I'm not really qualified to weigh in on this one way or the other. See what I did there? But what I can tell you is that the body fat tracking seemed pretty consistent from day to day, meaning even if the numbers would vary through different types of body fat tracking, you can still track on a daily basis whether or not your body fat is on the rise or decline. Honestly, this is not really any different than measuring your weight, as different scales will usually measure weight differently. As long as you always use the same scale, you can tell if you are gaining or losing, meaning it's still a useful tool. Speaking of tracking, the app does a very nice job of keeping all of your health data into very easy to read charts. Rounding out the scale's features, there's an athlete mode that makes adjustments to certain measurements based on a more active lifestyle, and there's a baby weighing mode for, you know, weighing babies. So is the Ugramo Smart Scale worth trading in your old scale, and is it worth its $79.99 price tag? Personally, I say yes. Yes, I think it is, and here's how I see it. There are 2 ways you can take care of your health. Proactively by taking care of your health on a daily basis, or retroactively by not worrying about your health on a daily basis and going to the doctor whenever something goes wrong. The statistics say that the proactive approach is better for both your overall health and your financial health. If dropping $80 helps you track your well-being, motivates you to be healthier and stay out of the doctor's office, then a scale like this will more than pay for itself in the long term. It's not a magic bullet. Clearly, knowing about your health and doing something about it are two very different things. But for me, I felt like knowing the different information the scale provided did encourage me to make better and healthier choices during my day. Will this last? Time will tell. But I'm glad I tried it out, and it will definitely continue to live in my bathroom and be used on the daily. Well, that's all the useful information I have for today. As always, I hope you found the video useful. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Rando Tech Info, signing out.